All right, it's starting.
All right.
So let me get the questions pulled up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devon the Adventurer, and I am the developer of Center of Hell's Power.
Hey guys, I'm the Little Big Guy, and I'm the modeler for Center of Hell's Power. And we are gonna do a little interview with Devon. And so,
Devon. It's pronounced Devon.
Is Devon? Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
Devon. D-E-V-O-N, Devon. It's how you pronounce it.
All right, so it's Devon. Devon.
Yep.
That's gonna be hard to pronounce for me.
Hey! It's surprised how you're 14 and I'm 16 because, in my opinion, you look older.
Nah, you look way older than me.
True.
Like,
I mean,
you're probably like way taller than me too. Because I'm pretty short for my age. Yeah, you're way taller than me.
Yeah.
There are 8 questions in total. You ready?
Yep, I am totally ready.
All right. So question 1, what is your favorite thing about game development?
My favorite thing about game developing is that when you develop new monsters, new creations, you have to make sure they have a story because it's very important they have to have a story. There was this thing that I originally planned on with a war, but we eventually scrapped that for another thing, which we are not going to say. But I will just say that it will bring a unique surprise.
All right. So, question 2. This is from Diamond Terrific Powers. How do you make the maps for the levels? Like what apps do you use, and all that.
So the apps I use are, first I originally used a app called Sketch, which was the original design for what was named Dark Deception 2, and then changed to Center of Hell's Power. And then recently I figured out more with Udoodle to make reusable parts, reusable animations, and then eventually made titles for the game. I made the monsters with Udoodle by giving them shapes, sizes, what their AI is. Like every Dark Deception fan game, most likely every enemy bases on relentless pursuit. So when you work on a new monster, you have to come up with a new AI, what their personality is, what their voice actors are. Like me, you little pig! Yeah, I did the voice for the Dev Cookers. Speaking of which, I still have to figure out this new Yeti microphone.
You still figuring that out?
Nope. But I will soon eventually. I mean, we're still facing COVID-19, which is another problem that everyone across the world is dealing with. We have also changed lots of the character's personality from Ron Shade and a character that we're not going to say. But I will say, though, that she will give you a unique surprise.
Yeah, you're going to find out when the game comes out. I'm excited for that character, too.
Yeah. Working on the new monsters are going to be a unique surprise.
Yeah.
Also, did you get the new lion model?
The new the drawing you made for me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it my profile pic. I don't know when, but I will make it my profile pic soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've also forgot to ask you, how long did it take you to come up with the Death Cooker voices?
It didn't take that long, really. I just create a monster and then it becomes that. I originally created the Death Cooker to be based on Angry Birds, and then I went to Victor Skrobowski, the Baldi's Basics horror game where there's Mr. Mix, the terrifying chef. And then that's when it got me thinking, creating the Death Cooker. A perfectly new model, a new enemy that no one, not even Dark Deception, has even come up with.
And you'll be on your way, little pig! And I will consume your entire body without sauce!
He's probably one of my favorite voices in the whole game.
Yeah.
I love his voice.
Well, just wait until you get a load of my father, Roy Jarek, who does Don Ratcha and Death O'Clock. I mean, those are the only names that I might say. But I will say, though, that Don Ratcha's voice is based on Peter Lorre. you know, where he goes like, "You bloated idiot! You stupid bastard! I mean, if you don't know who Peter Lorre is, Peter Lorre is a unique character. Even Ren and Stimpy was another reference to Peter Lorre. I think it was Ren. Is it Ren? Yeah, it's Ren. And then Defa Clock is based on a English France guy, and his minions are just France. My father actually showed me. My father, Roy Jarek, showed me a unique website that allows you to change the dub. So there's like bonjour, I'm not good with French.
So the next question is from Tundere Neku. Do you actually want to learn UE for soon? Unreal Engine.
What?
Do you want to learn? Do you ever want to learn Unreal Engine soon or Blender?
Well, yeah, eventually, maybe in the future. I don't know when. I say so. The monsters and the levels are created by Blender by theLilbigGuy, and it's one of those unique experiences that bring lots of the horror to. But I forget which program that Dark Deception uses. I think it was called Unreal, and yeah, it's Unreal.
Yeah, Unreal.
And I think. Sorry, I'm putting on the matron's mask because I'm just want to provide more entertainment for you guys. What I appreciate more with fan art is hold on, let me try to find it. I think it's oops. Here it is. One of my favorite things when we are building games is people making fan art for our development. So I forget which person drew this, but it was a unique drawing, and this is printed, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's so cool. I love that one.
My favorite is Don Ratshot. He really looks exactly like a strong Peter Lorre that you would obviously know. And another one which is made. Oops, something fell over. I'm not sure how I pronounce her name. I drew this art of Tim Burton, and I have it forever in a frame. And I worked, and then another one which was worked by. My printer didn't do this well, but it's. You might have a little bit of reflections, but that was a Dev Cooker fan art, and it says, "Good food is best while dead." And I do know another one made by Igor, which is a cute little design of the Dev Cooker. I mean, he was just so cute.
Yeah, I saw that one. I love that one.
Yeah, it was adorable. And speaking of which, we are actually going with a contest for people who want to make the fan art for Center of Hell's Power. So yes. It depends on how good your art is. It has to have personality, fear. It has to have blood. It has to have gore. It has to have swearing. Maybe not. I mean, you don't have to put the swearing in. I mean, technically, Center of Hell's Power is an M for mature game of Dark Deception, so that's what will bring lots of unique experience to the new version of Center of Hell's Power.
Yes.
I mean, compared to the old version, which was made by Fahood, it was made of basic shapes and sizes. I mean, I saw Angelo and Smack and Pie play it. Those were the only two popular YouTubers who I got to see play the original.
Yeah, the new one is gonna be like even better than this one. The old one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be upgraded.
You can look up tutorials on how to use a Blue Yeti mic.
Yeah, the Yeti microphone is. What I really need is to figure out a website that can allow you to change the sounds of the voice.
I might have to look into that one.
So, like, say if you had like General Grievous's voice by like Matthew Wood, you'd know is how the voices get changed or if you have Christopher Corey Smith as the Clown Gremlins, you notice an echo dub or a roar, but it's used in many monsters. I believe they were used in Steven Universe as well. What other? Basically demons, monsters, anything that you know. That was really what that extra dub was for the Clown Gremlins by Christopher Corey Smith. Looking forward to the new chapter. What I really want to hear is the voice reveal for Cat Cressida's matron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want the matron voice reveal now. So Glowstick, if you're hearing this, I want the matron.
That's a good voice impression.
Yeah. My voice impression guess is for the matron of Cat Cressida. I'm guessing one of her voice lines could be probably something like this. Hello there. I am the matron. I will be your doctor for the evening. In my predicament with both the hospital and asylum, so I don't think it will just be one hospital and one asylum. I think there will be 2 separate zones or 3, depending on what the zone might be. Where the hospital belongs to the Reaper nurses, Tara Strong, while the asylum belongs to the matron, Cat Cressida.
So which level from chapter 4 are you excited for the most?
Well, I think it will be probably, the Joy Joy mascots are probably going to be the most entertaining. And then comes to the Trigger Teddies and Mama Bear. What I'm really looking forward to building is level 8's world.
Which one is that again?
Difficlock.
Oh, that one? Yeah, I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a very weird world. I'm not going to spoil what it will be, but it will bring a unique experience that Dark Deception will probably not bring in Chapter 4 or
yes,
Chapter 5.
It will be very cool, very cool. I'm excited for that one.
It's going to be a real head changer, brain switching. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, it's going to be very cool. So, question 5 is from... No, it's not from anybody. This is one of them from me.
Oh.
So... Technically, you already answered this one already, but you can answer it again. Which level from Center of Hell's Power are you looking forward to develop the most?
Obviously, level 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just first start off with the levels. So, level 1, which we are working now, is going to be gruesome. And I mean gruesome. There's going to be lots of body parts, blood, more gore. Even probably more gore than any Dark Deception fan game has ever came up with.
Yeah.
And then goes to level 2, which is going to be a mucky environment of interesting, beautiful, yet strange landscapes. And then World 3, which brings you to 2 different environments. One is a blank, the other one is a blank. Spoilers. And then World 4 is going to be just one big, giant, not spoiling. And then World 5 gives you many weird worlds. It provides multiple enemies, like the big brother and the little tiny brothers that chase the player.
Yes.
And then World 7, which we haven't worked on yet, but we will soon.
Yeah,
it's going to be the most terrifying world. I will say, though, it's going to be lots of child's dolls and one enemy who's extremely savage and aggressive.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and then World 7 brings you into multiple zones from underground. That's all I will say, underground. And then it brings you to multiple zones. It brings you to 1, 2, and then another way, which leads to the big... I'm not saying. World 8 brings you to a strange world of an environment. It's like your childhood memories, like from all those books you read where the moon has a big nose and it smiles at you. Then World 9 is going to be one of the strongest and most dangerous worlds. So I think we are planning one ending that ends the game easier, but yet not entertaininger. Entertaining is not a word. And then one's a bad ending, the other's a good ending.
Yeah,
And
there will be multiple packs.
Yes. I mean, compared to Doug Hauser, there is no murder with our character. But I will say, though, he has faced rough times.
Yes, very rough.
More rough than you can ever. It's very emotionally, it's very upsetting.
Mhm.
That is really what provides lots of torture into this world of the circle dimensions. So no, we're not naming them nightmares because nightmares is too common. Circle dimensions, if you don't know the term, the 9 circles of hell, that's what we're planning on. So circle dimensions are basically the worlds that we are working on that represent each different world, each different personality and what they represent. But for the ones that we haven't worked on, that's what we need to work on. And then I will say, though, that the enemies that we scrapped are not scrapped. So, which you'll find in World 2. There's also going to be some extra enemies in some of the levels. I'm not going to tell you where, but I will say, though, that we will be adding extra enemies. We've already added one in World 3.
Yeah, we won't tell you what it is, but yeah, we have added one.
No, but we will say, though, it's like the same species, but with the different behavior and a different breed.
Yes. So,
And maybe the gender might be female.
So next question. Question 6. Who is your favorite DB enemy?
My favorite Center of Hell's Power monster is Defa Clock in World 8. He's always been my favorite character. His model and appearance is very, I will say, Tim Burton. That's the only thing I will say, Tim Burton. But as for the level, not going to say that. But I will say, though, Defa Clock is very Tim Burton. He is very creepy, he is terrifying, and he is twisting insane.
What is your favorite movie? Scary movie?
Let me see. Let me just look at the arrangement of the movies. I have lots.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yep. More. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Da 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 da. Okay. I'm not sure if I have favorite movies, although I will mention some favorite movies of everyone loves Terminator, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Only watch the second one though.
Yeah. The second one is awesome. We loved it.
It's awesome.
Then it comes to Predator, Aliens, and the Xenomorph. Beware of the blob, it reeks and creaks. And then comes to the remake, which is disturbing. And then, I mean, classics like Nosferatu or Dracula or The Black Lagoon. I've been working on mixels. And if you don't know what mixels are, they're basically... You know mixels?
I heard of them.
I used to go in the past to be collecting mixels. Hold on, let me find one of these enemies. Not an enemy, but mixel known as the Glokis. I worked on so the Glokis are like the monsters of mixels, but they're just mixels who just want to party and mix like the rest. And surprising enough, their body glows in the dark. So if I turn off the lights, you might see. You see him?
Yeah, I see it. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so for monsters, from the Blob to Chucky, which is actually what the Trigger Teddies are based on, Chucky. And then the Joy mascots, which are not based on Five Nights at Freddy's, but based on mascots with soulless appearances in first form, and then get more twisted in second form, which I believe is the underground facility.
Yeah.
Which are based on Terminator. And they are based on Terminator because if you look at their endoskeleton, they're not Five Nights at Freddy's at all. I mean, Mac and Pie hates hangry. I'm not sure why. And then Penny is curious and she has a crush on Lucky.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
I think there's gonna be so much porn.
Oh no.
Lucky and
don't give them ideas.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I used to try and do a voice as Lucky before Chris Alex did the voice, which is Italian. And I say his voice almost sounds like mine. He sounds tough, he sounds aggressive, But yeah, he sounds more insane. I mean, there's always It or Pennywise. Also, there's Carnival, the arcade game.
Never heard of that.
Carnival is before Crazy Carnival by Dark Deception. There was a old arcade game, I mean it's rare, and it's called Carnival, which basically takes you to a world of environment. From the haunted house, Rickety Town, the freak show, and the circus. Speaking of which, we might actually add a fun house and freak show and a circus.
Hint, hint.
Yep. Should I say more about the monsters or of
You can if you want.
Okay. I mean, what's your favorite vampire?
Favorite vampire?
Yeah.
I don't really know many vampires, but
Well, there's Nosferatu, Dracula.
yeah, probably Dracula.
Yeah. I also watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which has Angel, one of my favorite characters, and Spike. Eventually, everyone loves James Myers' Spike. They always love him.
Yeah.
And there are lots of horror things. Okay, what are there other monsters from? Let's see. Well, there's Five Nights at Freddy's, but we're not basing this from Five Nights at Freddy's. Not even in World 8. Although, I will say, though, that they will be robots, but they won't be ones from Five Nights at Freddy's, and they're not based on Terminator either. I mean, they could, but they're just not. Especially the minions.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that you might find a big metal guy in level 9, but I won't say his name. That's kept a secret, and what he is and what his species is.
I love his design too.
I will say he's kind of based on General Grievous, but not too much.
What did you base the potatoes off of?
The Screaming Potatoes were based on actually an old enemy I worked on known as the Crack Screamer. But then Perry, the original voice actor of the mystery character, saw that monster as a potato, and then I soon realized that a cracked screamer would not be suitable for the game. So I just thought, screw it, let's do a potato for a monster, and a potato is suitable for the location in World 3.
Yeah.
And so the Screaming Potatoes are obviously voiced by me, and they will really blow up your ears. I mean, slowing them down will be easy, but you don't do it for too long. You can still get away from the Screaming Potatoes with the power, and then you will be... Also, I have a question. Will they see our faces in the video, or will they...
If you want your face in it. You don't have to, though. I can just edit that out. You want your face in it?
Well, will you for a face reveal?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I'll see.
I mean, it would be lovely since I don't have a secret identity.
So I might keep my face in it. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They will be surprised, really.
Yeah, it will. What is your favorite video game?
Oh, video games. We're getting to those, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I have lots of Wii games. I mean, but they're kept in the kitchen, so I won't just walk my Mac all the way to the kitchen. Okay. For one of my favorite games, it would be Wii games from the minis. You Want to Build Worlds.
Yeah, I love that game, Super Mario Maker. It's cool.
Yeah, it's... Oh, jeez. Oh, and one of my other favorites was also the...
Game and Wario?
Yeah. And it's one of my interesting games. Actually, this was probably one of the last ones when we were getting this for one of my birthdays, and I was like, buy it! And then because I see this all over the internet, I think it was I think I saw the game by Anime Bros, a YouTuber channel with the stuffed toys of Mario.
I like that channel. I watch that channel too.
Yeah.
Anime Bro.
One of the interesting horror experiences was Gamer. Gamer was one of those interesting games where you play as 19 Vault, or is it 9 Vault? Okay, I think it's 9 Vault, but you try to... So basically, if we pay attention to my bed, yeah, it's well made, and it's going to be ruined in a second. So basically how it works is that playing games, and then 5 Vault comes into the room, and you have to hide so it looks like you're sleeping. But you can't stay in there for too long because otherwise you'll fall asleep. And you don't want to get caught either, because if you do, jump scare. Which is another unique thing that could be added. Probably not, but it is a unique horror thing for many games.
That's freaky.
Yeah. Especially the glowing eyes. So lots of Nintendo games are lots of things that I enjoy. And then I recently loved Metroid Prime. The Primes are always the greatest. Actually, if I watched Mojo.com, I believe they listed Metroid Prime the first on number 1 on their list.
Really?
And, I mean, I love Metroid Prime 2 because it featured the light world and the dark world, which you might find in World 8, but I won't say where. And then to Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, you're basically using a PED suit, which is a phase-on enhancement device, and switching to PED mode gives you the unique power of phase-on, but it also leads you to great danger if you use this power for too long, where it might corrupt you. So, and it's also where you get unique powers. Actually, can we make powers with cutscenes?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Also, for the player, I want him to have a full body model. So I don't want there just to be an invisible hand where you're like, where it's like, I'm invisible while I'm holding my tablet. I want him to actually hold the tablet. And then, so that way, when you select, it moves in animation like in the thumb where it touches the powers, kind of like an iPad.
That's cool.
Yeah, that will be something unique.
Yeah.
The powers are very well needed.
So, which trap are you looking forward to in the game? Which trap?
Oh, I'm looking forward to the ones in World 8. Those are going to be one of the most entertaining.
And you touch it.
I just thought I'd do a voice for entertainment. I'm especially looking forward to doing traps like, or something like that. I mean, it's just one of my thoughts. That could be useful in many ways.
Let me think. Which boss battle are you looking forward to?
Probably the one in World... I mean, there's always the unique first boss battle in World 3, and then you get a more stronger opponent in World 4, and then you have, I think, 2 in World 5, and then you have a sequence where you're being chased by a boss battle, I believe, and then you face the boss battle. If you know Monster Ock from Spider-Man 2020, no, wrong year.
2017?
No, 2000.
00?
Yeah. 2000,
right.
Just 2000.
Mm-hmm.
The old Spider-Man where you're being chased by Monster Ock in the final sequence. That might be something that most players will get a unique kick from. And that's something that we'll probably add in our game soon. And then comes to World 7 where you might face what might be the character and then turns out to be the boss battle, maybe. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And then there always, we were also discussing minions that wouldn't kill you, but then would alert the monsters. But I planned that for World 7, not World 4. And then World 8, I think we'll have multiple boss battles. I planned nearly 3. One is other is, and then the final one is probably something you've already entered. And then World 9 brings you all the unique horrors. I think you'll find there might be, how many boss battles there might be for this world, for this world, for this world, the world, and the final boss. For the final world, in World 10, that's probably going to be the trickiest to make, since it's hard to make multiple endings.
Which voice are you like? Which is your favorite voice of the monsters?
Ooh. Okay, so I do love how I do my voices.
Hello, little pig!
You little tater tot, we're burning Tiki's flame.
Actually, I have a tiki mask. I have tiki objects like this mask here.
That's cool.
It's so dusty. And then you go to World 4, which you actually meet different characters. One is probably the horniest of the group, one is the most brutish of the group, and one is the most leading and most inviting of the group. And I will say, like, one of theirs is probably sassy, and which I planned on for Valerie Thompson, my mother. And then Violet, where she is the most brutish, and she hates it when you mention anything about her weight. It's like, and voiced by Carrie, and if she's not available, in my opinion, for professional voice actors, I plan like Kimberly Brooks. If you don't know who Kimberly Brooks is, she is the voice of Jasper from Steven Universe. And she's been in other roles, like in Skylanders as Bad Juju and Ice Cream. Kimberly Brooks' Jasper would be an excellent, suitable voice for that character. And she'd be like,
What the hell are you looking at, punk? Who are you calling fat, foolwad?
And then it goes like,
I'm gonna catch you and use your words to scoop your brains out.
It's gonna be like one of the most toughest enemies to deal with. Although I will say, though, they all have the same AI, just different behaviors, different weapons and stuff. And Ashley, voiced by my mother, is supposed to be the most inviting. So it's basically Valerie's voice, but more twisted and in second form. And then goes to Big Brother.
Hello there, I'm not revealing my name, sir, but would you like to see my brothers?
And then it goes to those little brothers, which are the enemies that attack you, and they're like, almost like the Trigger Teddies, except their AI is different. Oh my god, my throat.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah, you have to have honey. Actually, honey is the best thing to coat your voice. What I should mention is that my idol, Fred Tatasciore, who I have met for like 4 years, for those Comic-Con years from years 2016 and 19, his voice would be suitable for the enemies in World 2, the big guy, the big
brother, the big. Not revealing my name. I'm not revealing spoilers. And no, I'm not dumb, even though I'm big. I'm intelligent.
So he's meant to be the most heartwarming, yet most tough and most silly and annoying character, who's probably going to be the biggest and trickiest mini-boss to probably face.
All right.
And then you get to the very terrifying girl. And then she's basically she doesn't know joy or happiness. She only knows fear, sadness, and anger. And she's like,
always remember I am fear. Always remember I am wonder. Always remember I am filth.
always remember I am nothing. And so basically, she will be one of the most heartbreaking and most uncomfortable enemies to deal with.
It's gonna be very sad.
Yeah, and terrifying and twisted, especially when you get to the boss battle, which will probably be in there the whole time. The big giant rat, bigger than the player. His voice is based on Peter Lorre's like,
hello there, rat turd.
I will say though that you'll find a unique experience. That not only is he faster than the player, he will also have a unique attack that. Oh, I forgot to mention that compared to the Dread Duckies, the sewer, you'll find that the enemies in the three women in World 4 will have a long-range attack that lengths 3 times the length compared to the Dread Duckies. That's all I will say. But when you're facing the big enemy in World 7, he will have a long-range attack that will length 4 times compared to the spirits. Then you go to World 8, which you'll face a unique experience with their boss. And I forgot to mention that that the enemies from World 7 and World 8 are voiced by my father, Roderick. So the big guy is based on Peter Lorre, and the other guys are based on France.
Hello there! Time's running out!
And so basically he's meant to be the most insane character of the group of the enemies in Chapter 4, or IV for Roman numerals. And then you go to World 9, and you first go into a colorful yet twisted world of one of the zones, and then you go to a mucky yet disturbing and grotesque world, and then you go to a big world. I'll just say it's like some sort of factory of some kind. I'm not sure what there will be other good names for factory, but I will say though that it will be disturbing and cruel and vile.
Yeah.
And then you go to the final world, which is World 10, but it will not reveal what it will be. We have to work on it, but I think I've said enough with that question. So how about we get to the next question? How many answers are there left?
One more.
Oh, one more. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the last one is, what is your biggest fear or fears?
Oh, you see, I've mentioned that with V Gamer before. Like I said, one of my phobias is cracks on skin and walls. It's more disturbing than trypophobia, which most people have. And then if you don't know what trypophobia is, it's a fear of tiny holes on skin, and on any substance, and it's gross.
Yeah.
But I find cracks more scary compared to trypophobia. And then another fear I have is bees, because if I remember in my childhood, I got stung by a cute little bumblebee, or was it a yellow jacket? I don't care. I just hate them. I hate bees. They fly and sting, and I'm just like, ah! I mean, that's one of the things I hate. I hate bees. Also, before we end the video, I would just like to say it was a nice conversation that we had, Little Big Guy.
Yes, it was.
And I'm surprised of the face reveal that we had.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to show it in the video, but I'm okay with showing it with you, though.
Yeah. Especially to the developer and
Yeah.
story changer.
Yeah.
And,
So, yeah.
That is it for this roll on Meet the Team. For I, Devon the Adventurer, the developer of Center of Hell's Power, am finally out. And I'll wish you guys best luck for our game, and we'll see you next time in the next meet. We will be talking with Thawhood next time. I mean, I won't be. I mean, Little Big Guy will. I will just be doing what I can for the game.
Yeah.
And that's it, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.